Isn't this weird? Okay, I think it's called like Face Your Fears, I think it's called. Okay, so I'm going to play on the same amp that gave me Tinitus about a year ago. This is not the exact same amp, actually. I sold my amp to some local musician. He has it at his summer winter cabin, I think. I really wanted to own a amp like that again because maybe I'll get the opportunity to record my music, maybe not. But this is a different one. It has like highs and lows, but I think it's the exact same amp, I think. So it's like the novelty of facing your fears. This thing gave me tinnitus. I'm suffering with hearing loss and tinnitus every day because of that little tiny amp. I had my head at about where the mic is when I was turning it on because it was about head level to air because I had so many amps and a cupboard. So that was in the 8th of May 2025, I think. And my life has not been better since. So, well, my quality of life is completely shit, but I'm completely fine. So I got my Jag Stang, Fender, and I got an EQ pedal, just fixing a little bit on the sound, not too much, just a little bit of a scoop on 66.4K, that's it. I have a tube screamer, Plurichous, compression, so let's check it out. I'll be just putting into my Focusrite into my microphone. Sorry for talking, by the way. Well, it's a digital amp, so I'm kind of surprised on how much life and soul you can get out of this amp. You can't really get them outside Scandinavia, but I would just say in Norway. Morgan is a sort of a famous company for copying famous American brands and famous amplifiers and famous. So they make very inexpensive PA systems, amplifiers, and guitars. As of now, I've sold all my Morgans and switched to Squier and Fender exclusively because I'm not loyal to a brand. It's just because I'm like insecure, and I think that because I require like it's social validation. I just want to be like you get bullied for owning cheap gear. I want to be taken a little bit seriously, but I know I will never be in my entire lifetime anyways. But you know, I just want to have Fenders and Squiers and such, and Squiers are the exact same thing as Fenders. You just need to do the upgrades yourself. Sometimes Fenders are even worse than Squiers, and you have to do a ton of upgrades on them. Even the tuners have to be changed on this thing too. It goes out of tune like instantly. So, I'm sorry for talking. It's a cool digital amp for a lot of things. It's no tube. It almost never ever breaks. So you can have a simple loud. It's super loud. It will fucking crush your ears if you're too near it. Like that's tiny amount. You know that small, compact, lightweight digital amp. That's insane. That's like a PV Bandit level of like. It's never broken. Like when I used it the early years. I got it for free when I had that Brown Morgan guitar when you saw when I was jamming that video. That was the last footage of me before I lost my hearing. Like not insane, but like I got tinnitus. But yeah, but that's the same amp. I think it's the same circuitry. I am not sure, but it's a different rebrand. It's a little bit newer, I think, or a little bit older. I am not sure. Anyways, let's just go back to the playing. Okay, so the amplifier is sure as shit can kick ass. You don't need anything bigger. Most professional musicians nowadays, they use their small Princeton amps. You don't need anything else. It's almost illegal to even carry big amps nowadays because people can probably sue you for even getting Tinitus now. So, let me see. Well, you're not alone, so there's help. There's always help. But it has a headphone jack. It has an external speaker. So if you really love this sort of thing, you love the sort of cleanliness that this thing has. There's no quacking. It sounds like a tweed. It sounds like a normal twin, in my opinion. It sounds like a Fender amp. It has this weird cleanliness to it, and it has a Celeston speaker. It's a PG 112 something. It sounds like a Celeston for me, to my ears. But it's a sharp, it's very sharp. At 5, you need to wear protection because this thing is really loud. For a digital amp, it's very loud. Reverb can actually give you a little bit of soul and depth. Perfect for shoegaze. Perfect for like this weird alternative indie noise. It just literally will sound like you're in a what's it called? Like you're in a foggy fields, cornfield. Like it has that sort of vibe to it. That's really cool and impressive for this small amp. It costs about $60 used. They're rare, but you can find them if you just make a small ad on it online. Anyways, I have it has an overdrive setting, but I prefer you not use it because it's very noisy, it's very inaudible, it doesn't get the job done. It's just not never use the overdrive. It's a very cheap overdrive. You could probably theoretically use it if you're stranded on an island, but let's be fucking real here. Nobody's on this. We got better affordable gear. We got PVs, we got literally everything now. If you're really stuck with this, you must be broke as hell. But because I got an orange, I got a silver face. They're just so loud, Silver faces are insanely loud. They're only meant for venues. You can break your ears even while wearing mufflers, So this is a very safe, effective, and pretty good amp. My settings were treble 9 to 8, middle 6, and low 6, like high 9. I think that's treble. It has free band equalizer. It has a clean setting for your volume. It has an overdrive, so you can just press a button if you want really to get that extreme overdrive setting. I think it could probably work if you're really resourceful with your like pedals and stuff, but like just get a tube screamer and just use it. Because I'm using a tube screamer. The only thing that was on in this video was the EQ pedal, but I don't think it completely, you know, like, I don't know. But let's take all the settings, the treble, and just let it set it all to 5. Let's see how it goes. The bass isn't really kicking that much. It's not that farty like usually the basses are, but it's not like muffly farty. It does what it does, and it's not inaudible like bass, like now actually that thing actually does its job. It keeps a little bit of a muffled noise. It does a little bit of farty, but not that much to like the point where it destroys and becomes too clean. But it's a really good contrast. The mids and highs are really just decent. It could be used for shoegaze. A perfect clean sound, a good digital amp. A shame that I lost my hearing, but like I used to do this, with distortion and full things. It completely did the thing, It's clean. Like the whole sort of amp is just compressed to this one big speaker. That's almost the entire space. It's only room for the speaker and a little bit of a shelf. A very good compact amp, very lightweight too, but not that terrible. It has a sort of heaviness to keep it sort of good. It has actual shielding on the sides too. The overdrive is completely useless. I wouldn't use it. I've used it before. It's not that good. The headphones are fine. External speakers are right. And it's an okay Celeston amp. Let's see what the manual says. The GC20R. It's, I don't know, maximum gain overdrive, clean mode 44 decibels, 86 decibels. Well, it sounds way more louder than I think it does. It's fucking insanely loud. You can only go 86 decibels. I went deaf on that, I don't think so. Well, I had a bunch of pedals ready to it, but must be earthed, check the voltage, yada yada yada. Plug it to your main instrument, let the instrument to do the talking. Weight 7 kilos. Power consumption 40 watts, 40 watt amp maximum. That's pretty decent. Hum and noise, -7.5. You can go a little long way, special depth to your sound. Yeah, it's actually very attractive. Attractive reverb on it. I actually found that really interesting. But I'm not sure if it's the same amp that I had. You can plug your cassette deck, CD player, any pre-amplified signal with this. So it's kind of meant for everything. It's not technically a guitar amp, but it's a guitar amplifier. So you can technically put anything you want into it. That's kind of funny. Because back in the days people had like their cool CD players and stuff. Nowadays not so much. I'm I still collect CDs and all this bullshit, but I'm, the outlier. I'm the exception to the rule, I guess. But very decent. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe I should play some John Lennon on it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get sued to death. But let's try something else. It's actually pretty cool. I kind of have nostalgic feelings on it. It could be used as a decent backup if your Princeton is destroyed or whatever. For me, it's a pretty decent tube amplification. It can really go. No, it's a really decent digital amp for the price. I don't understand why people are so into their big amps and stuff, but I find it kind of good, unironically, it's pretty decent. Nowadays, small amps are kind of the market now. Back in the day, it was like stacks of amps and all this stuff, but nowadays, if you're going to play at a venue and you don't want to get kicked out, these are, the go-to. Just mic one up and put it into your PA system. It just does a really decent job, in my opinion. Amazing cleans, amazing reverb on it. Very good EQs for the price. This must have been really expensive back in the day, but I find it really just decent. I don't know why people are yapping about like buying a twin. I think it's just money. But for Morgan makes really decent copies. They still do, but back in the days before like lawsuits and stuff, they made really decent stuff. But they're only available in Scandinavia and some part of Europe. I found some of them in Poland, I found some of them in Germany, but they're pretty much just exclusive to Europe. Maybe some Americans will like buy this off me, I don't know. They were gonna test out the Morgan, I don't know, that becomes the new shoegaze hipster amp, influencer amp, everyone has to have one. That's gonna be, that would be funny.